Well, you're on probation here and you've done a spectacularly bad job at your probation.
So this hearing comes after a defendant disappeared from probation for about a year. She gives the court an explanation for where she's been, but the judge is focused on something much simpler, whether she even followed the rules she was given in the first place. Watch how the judge responds when her explanations start conflicting with what the record shows. My name is Dan. This is the Courtroom Files.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's been a minute. I haven't seen you in some time, but I'm still Judge Middleton and I'm still here. Are you still Jayla Marie Stallard?
No, sir. I'm Jayla Marie Wilson.
All right. I'm here at the new old courtroom in Centerville. Also here with me is the Chief Public Defender. His name is Mr. Keith Stickley. And he is here and I asked him to join us this morning. The original attorney, Rhonda Ives, was not available. And so I asked the public defender to be here. You've been off the grid for some time.
Yes, sir.
You had several charges that started as felonies and were reduced to misdemeanors. Give me a minute. I'm sorry, I didn't have this all the way turned on. And you were placed on a probation, and your probation officer was Daniel Frazine. I ordered 90 days jail, credit a couple, and I deferred 83 of the days and put you on a probation. Then
Yes, sir.
we lost you. And then we learned you were in jail in Indiana. Let me get this file up here. You also have some unpaid tickets and other stuff here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Sorry, I was logged in in another courtroom. I had to come back in here. So I'm not completely up to speed where I would normally be. I usually come in about 7:30 to turn everything on.
No, you're just old. I would have been at work right now.
All right, well, let's find out what the deal is. First, it would be too much. Oh, there it is. Very good. All right, well, let's back up to the beginning. Daniel, are you with us now?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Also here is your probation officer, Daniel Frazine. You were originally charged on a felony complaint alleging that you did a larceny in a building at the American Legion and did an embezzlement of less than $200. You were also charged as a habitual offender. It seems there was another case, but this is the one that ended up being placed on probation on. So the matter was reduced to a misdemeanor and you pled to a misdemeanor charge. Let me find the original judgment.
Judge,
Yes?
I was told this was Ashton Kuhn.
No, he's at 9:30. This is
That-
Jayla.
Who's this?
This is Jayla Stallard.
Oh, okay.
All right. You were placed on probation on a misdemeanor charge You were ordered to pay restitution, and I deferred a large portion of your jail sentence. Trying to still find the original judgment. There it is. 12-month probation, 91 days jail, credit 1, leaving 90 days to serve. And of the 90 days, I deferred 83. So you did 7 days and you got released, and then you were placed on probation. Daniel Frazine was your supervising probation officer. He filed a probation violation petition alleging that you disappeared, and you disappeared quickly. You were put on probation on July 10th of 2025 for 12 months. By August 28th, Dan had already filed the petition. You failed to report, failed to pay fines and costs, failed to abstain from alcohol or drugs or test, failed to participate in treatment. Basically, you just went off the radar. So we set a probation violation hearing for October 15th of last year, 2025. At 9:30, and you didn't show up. So you should have bench warrant for your arrest. I later learned that you were in custody in Indiana on several different charges. So let's find out where we are right now. How did you come to get arrested, or how did you come to end up in the jail in Centerville?
I actually was on my way home from closing at my job, and my ex-best friend had 2 days prior busted out all the windows out of my car that I had just bought 2 weeks ago. A 2010 Ford Expedition.
Where did you get arrested?
In Sturgis.
In Sturgis, all right.
Yes, sir, because I'm working in LaGrange, and I also am working at Superior Auto in Sturgis.
All right, where do you work in LaGrange?
I work at Sizzle Family Dining.
And where do you work in Sturgis?
Superior Auto. I actually just acquired this job. My final interview, I had 3 at Superior Auto, was yesterday, as a matter of fact.
I thought we had a hold on you in Indiana. And point of fact, this warrant has been open for a year, or since last October. You were in jail in Indiana counties, and you probably never should have been released from jail in the first place, because we had a hold. So what happened?
I inquired about that back when I got released from Indiana, and they told me, I was like, oh, well, okay, that wasn't, I guess, what I was under the assumption. And I was,
Where were you in jail in Indiana?
It's called Rush County. It's Rushville, Indiana. It's like 3.5 hours east of Indianapolis. Because I actually graduated high school when I was down there, and I just had graduation last week that I went to.
So have you completed all your obligations in Indiana?
Yes, sir, I have. Like I said, I actually just, I was baptized, and I also graduated high school when I was down there, and I got a customer service and sales certificate, and they actually did a graduation ceremony for us last week. So I went to that.
When were you released from Indiana?
That was back in right before Christmas. I was out like 3 days before Christmas, I do believe.
All right. Well, you're on probation here, and you've done a spectacularly bad job at your probation. You didn't
Yes,
do
sir.
anything you were supposed to do.
Correct.
These were felonies that were reduced to a misdemeanor, and they were bad. You stole the
No.
money from the American Legion, you lied about it, you're on video, we went through a bunch of rigmarole. Finally, you admitted everything, and I put you on this probation. You were supposed to pay restitution, you were supposed to do some other things, and you just disappeared. I've got 83 days of jail hung over your head. Daniel's recommendation is we just cancel your probation and,
I understand.
and impose the deferred days. I don't think the American Legion's ever going to recover any money from you. You are entitled to have a hearing on this. This is called a probation violation arraignment. The allegation is that you violated your probation last summer by failing to report, failing to pay restitution, failing to go to treatment, and failing to test. Basically, you just went elsewhere and got in trouble somewhere else.
Right.
So those are allegations. You have a right to have a hearing on those allegations where it must be established beyond a preponderance that you did violate the terms of your probation. You'd have a right to have a hearing at that in front of the court. There's no jury, but you are entitled to have an attorney. We would either get your original attorney, Rhonda Ives, or get another a court-appointed attorney to represent you at that hearing. My advice, and probably Mr. Stickley's as well from the public defender office, is at this point, you plead not guilty to this probation violation allegation. We get either your original attorney or other attorney and have a hearing. I'm not very happy about this. I went out of it was reduced from a felony to a misdemeanor. We went through a bunch of rigmarole. Finally, you admitted everything. I deferred a large portion of your jail and you split.
Absolutely.
So
I would recommend, because of that amount of jail time over her head, that I'll just put it on the record that she enter a plea of not guilty and schedule a hearing within 14 days. I'm not sure if Ms. Ives, because of her current situation, would be back in time for that, but if not, we would appoint somebody.
yes. All right. The other thing is, you knew there was an open warrant for you. You knew it anyway, and you knew it when they released you from Indiana, and it's now June almost, and you got out in December. All you had to do is call Dan, your probation agent, and we could have got the thing started. So your bond is canceled. What town do you actually live in?
I live in Stone Estates in Syracuse.
By yourself or with somebody?
I actually live with my in-laws. My uncle is the pastor of the Sturgis Missionary Church.
And that's when you, somewhere between when I saw you and now, you married someone named Wilson?
Yes, sir. Well,
When did you
actually,
get-
no, sir, I was married, but I hadn't changed my last name.
All right, so when I was dealing with you last year, it was Stollard. And
Yes.
so at what point did you go to Wilson?
Well, I was having lots of issues with, W4 forms and all that, so I had changed back to Wilson, March, I want to say.
All right, is
It was
Wilson
when I
your-
got. When I
Is
was.
Wilson
when I
your
got
married
into
name or
permit.
your maiden name?
My married name.
And as you were trying to tell me a long story, but basically you came in contact with the Sturgis police. They found there was a warrant for your arrest and arrested you last night.
Yes, sir. Yes.
All right, plea of not guilty. Appoint an attorney. set probation violation hearing within 14 days. It'll probably be next week. We got to coordinate the schedule and the availability of the attorneys to do this. Ms. Dollard, the bad news is you're sitting in jail. The good news is this wasn't going to go away and we had to deal with it. You've got $792 worth of other unpaid fines and costs, retail fraud, no proof of insurance, driving without due care and caution, and speeding. But that's probably just gonna go away. Most of those are civil infractions. But those are all from 2024. Anyway, I don't know what else is going on with you to get up to speed. As I said, I don't think the American Legion's ever gonna get any restitution from you, but at least we
That's
can
what I was
close out
working
this.
for.
No, you weren't.
Yes, sir. I've changed a lot. I've been going to meetings. I've been doing a lot, and that's why I got the second job, so I can get paid to start paying this off.
All right, well, we'll discuss that further. All right, Ms. Stallard, I'll see you within the next probably 7 to 10 days.
Okay.
So there's a point where explanations stop mattering as much as the fact that the rules simply weren't followed. I think Judge Middleton found that this had crossed that point, but I'm curious what you think, so let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, check out one of the two that are on your screen right now. Thank you so much for watching.